Afternoon, welcome back to the shop. It's late at night, and I just wanted to do an update video because I said for this build I'd do progress videos as I go, but that's kind of gone out the window. It's been like over a year now, and I've kind of welded up a lot of the chassis itself. I'll kind of show that's kind of what it looks like. I'll do a walk around of what it is. So this is everything from a distance, so you can kind of see a whole bunch of box section, some 50 by 70, 50 by 50. I got some 40 by 40 holding up the steering rack. So this is just like how the stunt car has it. I don't like how it's mounted at the moment. I kind of want to bring it more forward. But this is kind of the system. So you have the steering, and then this shifts side to side, which then turns the wheels. So that's pretty cool. This is just from a Honda Accord. Managed to kind of temporary mount it up. But yeah, not happy with the placement. We'll move it forward and get it working. I got just a temporary racing car seat I managed to grab. Just so I can have a look at heights for sitting. I think at the moment it's just a bit too low. It'll need to come up a bit higher. Not a lot of leg room, unfortunately. I think I've made this just a little bit too narrow. But we'll see what we can do. We might be able to, looking at it, it's pretty close to the back, but on a lean. So maybe if I went straight up and bring the chair back, then it'll give you kind of enough leg room to sit in. The back bit here, so this is where the engine sits, and the transmission goes in this way. We have still got to make some dome tubing to go around to hold the rear suspension and hold those big meaty tires, and the axle still probably sit around about this line, so still got a fair bit to go around the back. Front. So I've got some box section in the back. We've got to cut up to make the arms to hold the front wheels. These Hoosier slicks, they're just going to be temporary. They're quite thin, not really ideal, but it might help hold the weight and roll it in and out of the garage. Never know. I added some temporary wheels to try roll around the workshop, but everything just got too heavy and they ended up buckling, so I have to make new ones for that. Over here, ironically, so I've got these templates, and they're for some steel, and they go, I think they go like this. So they hold the control arms. So one goes there, a bit shorter, another one goes here, and then a bearing will sit on there, and the whole arm comes off, goes into the wheel, and that's kind of how it pivots. Shocks, there's shock suspension that sit roughly here. So this whole thing goes up and down, this whole arm. It holds the suspension. So you can see I've made one. I'll try and make another one out of this steel. Will work. And then I've got two more smaller plate steels that we'll use for the middle. A little bit overkill from what I've seen, but, you know, best to go overkill than underkill. This front end bit I welded up. It was like one of the first things I welded. I hate it. You can see the whole thing is fucking twisted. I have it on jack stands just, you know, for visual purposes, but it's not really the greatest. Walking on around, you can see takes up all the room in the garage. You can kind of see what your driving position will be like. So really nice. There'll be plenty of room. But yeah, going back to the back, I'm just gonna have to do it depending on what engine and transmission I get. I'm gonna have it go into the cabin and then have it come back to the rear axle, just like the stunt cars do. See over here what the final product's meant to be like. Pretty good. I've 3D printed myself this. I'm not too sure if I showed in the other video, so there'll be one on this side, one on the other side, and that'll be your steering for the Batmobile. So if we squeeze on in here, you might be able to see. So, but you sit here, you're steering. So it's quite close steering. So that's why I reckon we'll move this whole thing forward, because by the time that comes around, that's going to be way too tight. You're going to be bloody sitting back here. You kind of want to be, it's hard to see, back here, do your steering. Hard to do one-handed, but you can flip this up and there could be switches in there. So fire your weapons, you know, pretty good. So that's how that works. This is the view from it. Pretty good. You'll be able to, so eye height's roughly around there. Not too bad. I'll see what I can do with that, make it work. I think it looks real nice. Came up good. We got, so drills in the way. Just trying to lean over stuff. I managed to pick myself up some paint. So we're gonna use, if I can bloody get it out, subframe black. So paint everything black once it's all welded. Once I've got all the dome tubing in, painting everything black, the way to go, and that will kind of help the frame side of things. Switches have come in. Right, they're hardware for the burner. Switches from the last videos. Just random stuff lying around. I got this bracket made up. Sorry, not facing the camera the right way. So this sits, I think it sits that way. Not too sure, I'd have to have a look again. This sits roughly like here, so you can see, and that holds the headlights onto the front of the Batmobile. So pretty nifty little piece right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If I put you back down here. So I'm not doing any manufacturing today because I gotta go away, but I just wanted to make this video to kind of show off everything of what's been going on. So people are able to see builds coming along. Pretty cool. So hopefully in the next video we'll be making those front ends and maybe a bit of the dome tubing. But it's good to be back. Try keep on top of everything and enjoy the journey. Awesome, thank you.